All right, well, unfortunately, we've been home for about 2 weeks. I mean, it's a good thing I was able to be home, but the weekend before I was supposed to leave to go back to work, we took the grandbaby, my son and my daughter to Universal Studios, which was an amazing trip. We get back and my sprinklers go off and I have a hole in one of my pipes. One of my pipes burst. So I ended up having to dig up my entire front yard sprinkler system and redo the entire sprinkler system in the front yard before I could leave. So we're on our way. We're getting ready to leave the house now and head back to Corinne, and hopefully it's a smooth trip. We'll see you here in a little bit. To the yard last night. It was probably about 10 o'clock. I didn't get no real footage. I was tired. It was a long drive. We woke up this morning and we're already hooked up to a load. As you can see, it's a dry load. It's going to Las Vegas for this morning, which we won't be back till tomorrow. So it's a great paying load. It's 956 miles, one stop, drop and hook. The only downfall is it being Sunday. We won't be back till Monday, so we won't get paid for the whole trip. But it's still a great load, great miles on it, and it'll give us a good start to next week. Though the way Swift will work this is they'll pay us in advance on this load, so they'll probably pay us $200-300 of what this load's going to pay. And then the rest of it will pay next week, which is about what we were expecting anyways. We were wanting to do a 400 or 500 mile run today and then knock a bunch of miles out next week. So this will just help us out. So we're getting ready to take off here. Thank you for coming along for the ride. So, the joys of driving truck. We just got back to the yard last night, about 10 o'clock. Went to bed, got up about 6 o'clock this morning. We had a load going to Las Vegas, which we picked up. We've literally driven about 90 miles from the yard, and we had a tire blowout. So, we're out here waiting. We called breakdown. Waited about 30 minutes. And then we just got a message saying it's going to be another 90 minutes before they're able to get anyone out here to us. So, we're going to be sitting approximately 2 hours waiting to get our tire fixed so we can continue on down to Vegas. Now, it's not going to jeopardize our delivery time, because we have until 8 o'clock tonight to deliver in Las Vegas. But it is going to jeopardize us making it back up into Utah, so we may be spending the night in Vegas instead of driving back to Utah, which in turn is going to affect our miles for the week and our possible loads for tomorrow. Now that being said, this isn't something that dispatch or me as a driver, any of us can control. It's just something that happens. I did my pre-trip, and every one of my tires was up to 100 pounds of pressure, and they all had good tread. So it's just something that happens in trucking, something you gotta be prepared for. Let's take a look at this tire though. This is the tire, it's the left front outside tire. As you can see, it blew out. Alright, so it wasn't as long as I as expected. It was only about an hour and a half instead of the 2.5 hours away, which is a really good response time, especially on a holiday weekend. They called out Jack's Tire and Oil. I'm not sure where they're out of here in Utah, but being that it's a holiday weekend, really prompt time coming out. Guys out here, as you can see, they're parked behind us. We moved off the interstate, so he'd have a little bit more room to work with. It'd be a little bit safer. Parked over here by Thanksgiving Point, Butterfly Biosphere. It's a Barbara Barrington Jones Family Foundation, I guess. Not exactly sure what they do here, but maybe they're taking down the decorations from the 4th of July celebration, looks like. Good morning, everyone. We finally made it back to Corinne last night, Monday night, about 8:30, 8:50, somewhere in that area, and we dropped our load. After we had our 2 blowouts, it took about 6 hours for Para 1, the TA and Para 1, to be able to get to us and unload us. We took off. It was about 8:45, 9 p.m. Sunday night. We made it down to the Las Vegas store on Tropicana at 11:30. It wasn't a drop and hook like we thought. We had to do a live unload. By the time we got unloaded and took off, we only had enough time to make it up to the first parking area going north out of Las Vegas. I believe it's mile marker 87 or 97, just south of Mesquite. We shut down there about 1 o'clock in the morning. Was able to make it back here last night about 8:30, 8:50 in the evening. No more blowouts. Dropped our trailer, rode it up with breakdown because auto air system was disconnected and turned off because of the blowouts, and went ahead. Well, we made it to Primm, Utah, which is the border, the California-Vegas border. We had about an hour left on our clock. We could have drove about another 25 miles down to the rest area. But if we go there, like we were originally planning, and our load cancels tomorrow, we have to drive the rest of the way down almost to Baker to get turned around. Here, when we call in the morning, if the load's canceled, we could just jump back on 15 and we could be back tomorrow afternoon and hopefully grab another load. So I appreciate you coming along for this load, and tomorrow we'll be heading out to Colton. Please comment, like, and subscribe down below, and thank you for taking the time to spend with us.